The Lord put a word in my heart to share with my sister girls and my mamas. I don't know the kind of week you've had or the kind of year you've had for the last months of this year. Maybe you've been feeling overlooked, underqualified, or like you've missed your moment already. But I came with a word for you today, and it's simple. God called you, not because you have it all together, not because you've always made the right choices, but because He chose you on purpose and for a purpose. So sit with me for a few minutes. Let me remind your soul of who you are and whose you are. We live in a world that makes us feel like we need a perfect background, platform, or personality to be used by God. But that's not how God operates. Let's look at Jeremiah. I know most of us know the scripture in the Bible where God told him, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you." See, Mama, God called you before the titles, before the trauma, before the mistake and the achievements. God already called you. He called you before the breakup. He called you before the breakdown. He called you even before the blessing. You're not His second choice. You are not a backup plan. You were called before you even knew what calling meant. I want you to know this. I want to say this loud and clear. God does not need perfect women. He uses available ones. Think about Esther, an orphan girl turned queen. She wasn't a pastor, she wasn't a prophet, she wasn't a preacher, but she was positioned, and God used her courage and her surrender to save a nation. Or you might be thinking, Esther, she was a godly girl. She was raised by her uncle Mordecai, who loved her so much, and she knew God from her beginning days. Let's look at Rahab. Yes, the one with the past. Let's look at Rahab. She had a past. She was a prostitute. But when it came to the time for deliverance, God used her obedience. She saw the signs. She knew that God was delivering that nation into the hands of the children of Israel. And when she saw the signs, she aligned herself. She immediately aligned herself, and she became a part of Jesus' lineage. Rahab is a part of Jesus' lineage. If you did not know that today. Jesus' great-grandmother was a prostitute. This is to tell you that God finds you in your past. He doesn't leave you there. He takes you from that past and makes you into a proper message that generations to come will be able to draw inspiration to live their own life from how your life turned out, and trust it in the hands of God. If people don't understand how God is using you, that's good. That just means it's Him and not you doing the work. So stop disqualifying yourself for what God has already said. It's yours. Stop disqualifying yourself, because the call upon your life, it came with a process. And here's the part we don't always love. Being called doesn't mean it will be easy. I made a video one time and I was saying that this call will cost you this much. It costs to be a called out one. It costs a lot. Remember Mary? God called her highly favored and then gave her